Hello, my model building friends. It's Linda's husband back with another update for BG Model Workshop. We're working on our Revell 69 Camaro Yenko SC 427 Coupe, or Coupe, depending on where you're from. We are doing this as our cancer awareness group build, and we're doing it in honor of my Aunt Joanne, who not only got me this kit for Christmas last year, but is also suffering from liver cancer, which was a complication from lung cancer that she had about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. So in honor of the liver cancer, we are doing it in green, and we're doing a nice candy color green. It's really hard to describe, but once we start getting some color laid down, I'll be sure to show you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. We're using the all-clad system, which I've used for chrome and really liked, but I've not used it for the actual body color, so we'll see how that goes. There's nothing like experimenting with a new painting system when you're on a time crunch, right? So with that, let's move on to looking at some parts. So here's the body, and it's beautiful. The detail on this body is amazing. The script is easy to read. The marker lights are picked out very well. The vents back here are great. The gill vents are great. This is all one piece, except for the hood, of course. So I was surprised to find that this was already molded in place. This front valance, the chin spoiler and everything. The chin spoiler is going to mount right down below here, and but yeah, that's wonderful. It's beautiful. I freaking love it. It's got the cowl induction hood, and there is the separate cowl induction piece that will glue in right in there after we get everybody painted up and everything. But look at the detail in the headliner. If I can show it to you. I can't show it to you. There we go. Wonderful looking detail in the headliner. A little bit of injector pin action going on there, but that's clean upable. That's a new word I'm creating. Clean upable. So yeah, we're really liking the body. That's a nice bit of molding right there. I'm not sure when this kit first came out. I know I tackled a Yenko kit back in like 1999, 1998 or something like that, and then at that point then it was a little bit of an older kit as well. So as a little bit of a confession I should make, I have never built, just like the 57 Chevy, I've never built a Camaro kit to completion. So again, this is going to be another curse buster. So and that should actually be a group build, right? Do a curse buster. Build a kit that you can never seem to finish. Our chassis is quite happy because we got our front end all put together, and that actually consists of, if I remember correctly, 5 or 6 separate pieces. Because I've got the upper A-arms, those are separate. We've got the inner engine cradle, that's a separate piece. We have the actual lower A-arm and cross-member piece, that's a separate piece. And then there's the sway bar that goes across the front there. So if you're keeping track, I don't remember how many that was I said. But, leave it in the comments below. But we base this in flat black. I kind of have a rule when it comes to doing group builds. To expedite the build process a little bit, we do the base in black. Sometimes I usually like doing the factory overspray with primer and all that kind of stuff, and that's when I get into the real detailed work. But because we're wanting to move along on this quickly, and we have a short time to get there, as Pappy says, we're doing this one in flat black. But we will be picking out the gas tank this afternoon. We're going to be masking that off and doing that up. So that's coming along nicely. Here's our rear end, and on this particular kit, our springs are molded separately from the actual axle. So I like that. That's kind of cool. You don't see that in many kits nowadays. And of course, the shocks are separate as well. So that's what's that? It's a 5-piece rear end as well, right? And then our exhaust, our main exhaust parts here, hook up to our headers. This is 2 pieces. That's it. This is 2 pieces. That's how good this molding is. We're like looking at Tamiya quality almost here. So this crossover piece right here, that's the overlap right there, and then at the very back, the mufflers. You see those pins in there? I can't get my finger in there. See those pins in there? They just clip together like that, squeeze together, and you're good to go. So that's some nice bit of injection molding there. In our interior, we're doing a white interior, and we always have to do a black dashboard. We do a white interior because nobody wants to look at the glow of a white dashboard in the sunlight. One of my first cars had a white interior, and it had black carpet, black dash, black steering wheel, and I always thought that was a classy look. So our interior tub, we decided to delete the rear seat, and that's just a piece that you can glue in or not. But the package shelf here actually has the carpet texture on that, so we're going to keep that. And then we've already based it in our Tamiya Racing white. Here's our door card. I love the fact that the door cards are molded separately from the actual interior tub. That's just, I mean, it's worlds above everything else because we can get in there and pick out all the detail without any problem at all. So here's the difference in the color. So this is the Tamiya white that we're using, the Tamiya Racing white, and here's the primered one. This is the back side of the passenger side, but it's primered. So that's a huge difference in color change. I love the fact that this is like a creamy color. It almost looks like a vintage white vinyl where it kind of gets a little bit of a yellowish tinge to it. And yeah, it's just going to really look the part for us. So we're looking forward to continuing on all that. And now for the cut de grace or coup de grace, depending on where you're at. Here's the engine. And our engine is beautiful. It is so beautiful. It is almost ready for a night out on the town. That's how beautiful this thing is. So, lights, please. There we go. It didn't do crap. All right. So, the awesome thing about this engine, being, of course, a 427 Chevy, is that this little dude right here, that's our fuel pump. That's actually a separate piece that we glue on, as well as the starter. And the, you know, typical things like the carb and the distributor and the coil that's up there on the top. The water pump, of course, is separate as well. And then the real kicker is the separately molded oil filter. I love that because now we can paint the oil filter whatever color we want. It doesn't have to be the same color as the engine block. And we don't have to worry about getting any of the paint on the back side of the bell housing or the side of the oil pan. So that's pretty damned awesome. I love that, and I wish that more kits had that kind of stuff going on rather than all being molded together. And so we did do a pretty good job of masking our seam here on the oil pan, which of course shows up very nicely in the light. But we will be painting the back end of it here a nice pretty aluminum pretty soon. Our headers are looking sweet. We did them in the Tamiya light gunmetal. And that's one of my favorite colors for exhaust. It's the same color we did the rest of the exhaust in, so that's going to be all matchy-matchy right through there. So that's what we got going on with the cancer awareness group build. Again, thank you to all of you for participating, commenting, wishing us luck, wishing us good wishes. For our 400 subscriber giveaway. We had well over 100 participants. We appreciate that greatly. We even picked up a few more subscribers during that whole event. So that means that we're well on our way to 1 million, or you know, whatever comes next. But thanks for everybody for commenting, for participating, and for wishing each other good luck. That was awesome and amazing. Mrs. BG was very moved by all that. She was almost in tears when she was reading the comments. But we got to talking about it, and we are really looking hard at possibly getting out to Acme in 2019 so that we can meet all you guys and shake your hands. So we hope to see you guys then. But in the meantime, have a great week. If you're getting a little tired of being at the bench, don't worry about it. It happens. A little bit of a slump here and there. It's a bench. It'll always be there. Go find something else to do. Go outside. Do some yard work. Bust that slump. And then get back at it. We'll talk to you a little bit later on, guys. Take it easy.